generally, if you're going to have an account-based strategy period, forget marketing, sales, whatnot, it needs to result in revenue, right? So it's not just about marketing. I think when you use the term account-based marketing, it assumes that it's a primarily marketing-driven activity that communicates to the market that it's primarily all marketing activities, when really, to make this successful within a business, you need to make sure that it's highly choreographed between sales and marketing and other, right, customer success executives, right, within the business, in order for it to ultimately result in revenue. So when we go in and talk to organizations, we're tending to highlight a lot of the activities that need to happen on the sales side of the house in order for an account-based strategy to be effective. Question is where do you want your revenue to come from? And it's funny, we have a partnership with Trish Bertuzzi from the Bridge Group, and she primarily sells sales, right? Individual, she's a sales process, and so when we get together and we ask that question, whether it's to marketers or to sales professionals, that really helps highlight the overall strategy for the business and where they're looking for their growth to come from. Is it from existing accounts that they're looking to expand into new markets? Is it from new verticals that they're trying to go after? Once you have a really good understanding of what that is, you can really align an account-based strategy around it. So that becomes the first question. I don't know if you have
the two main things are, of course, where do you get your revenue? Because that helps us with the target account list. If you don't have the right target account list, it doesn't work. And the second is, do you have buy-in from sales? So if you have those two things, then you're set. Without those, you're probably really difficult to start. About 5 or 6 things I think they really miss the mark. The first is really getting that buy-in from sales. This is beyond alignment. This is not just, you're running a race, you're handing off the baton, here are the leads. This is really a collaboration with sales. So that's number one. Do you have the buy-in? Are they really there? Second is you have the right target account list. This is not just a list that was really newly put together. There's thought into, to Patrice had said earlier, where do you get your revenue from? So those are sort of the foundational pieces. And then from there, once they start to move forward, where I think they may miss the mark is, marketing is actually the biggest culprit for most of the ABM failures I've seen. Everyone thinks it's sales, but I think marketing has been so lead focused and inbound, I think it's very hard for a zebra to change its stripes, and they just can't make that shift. It's too big a change. And it's usually high up in the organization. The CMO, the VP of marketing, as much as they see the benefit, they just can't change it.
Yeah, I think on the collaboration, right, between sales and marketing, one of the most common things I hear or I see when I go into an organization and they say, we've been doing ABM, right? We've been doing it for a while. What you find is it looks a lot more like sales enablement than it looks like actual choreography of activities, right? So it still seems like, hey, there's a target account list. Let's put aside whether that's a good target account list or not, right? But there's a target account list and we're marketing to that target account list. But still what's happening is they're marketing to it, they're owning that activity, sales is not doing anything while they're marketing to it, and then they're going, hey, they're engaged, here sales, now it's your turn. So that's usually one of the big red flags that we see of like, you're not really harnessing the power of the collaboration between the two sides.
Well, what comes out of that is, I think ABM is confused with just targeted marketing. And what separates ABM from all the types of marketing is research. And people don't bring research to it. You need to understand your accounts. The more research you can do on the account, understand the account, their problems they're having, the issues, the key stakeholders, the more relevant your marketing is going to be. And then somehow people just think, oh, I just get a set of accounts and I market to them. What separates it is that level of detail, that level of knowledge you know about the accounts to make them more relevant. I think the other thing that comes up is they all over-promise and under-deliver. Mm-hmm. It seems easy, yeah, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, we bring this technology, and then it just disappoints. And the last one, I think they have the wrong metrics. This goes back to, I think we've been so lead-based focused for so long, it's not a volume-based metric. It really is about the level of engagement you have with those key accounts. And I think looking at what can you bring in, how you're helping those opportunities, but it's not about volume, it's about really quality. And that part's missing.
I think we just rattled off like 10 things that people are doing.
No, we did 6.
It's not that bad.